What's going on, y'all? It's the network in the building. Back with another live stream. Live stream number 102. 102 live streams. There's a lot of damn live streams, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I did not feel like streaming today, man. But I said, you know what? Let me try to get something going here. We're gonna do another OSPF lab, single area OSPF. This is the topology we're gonna be working with right here. 3 routers, just like this right here. I'm gonna use E101 today, since that's what the kids are using nowadays. So let's go ahead and just drag and drop 3 routers so we can get this over with. Let's see here. Router. Get 3 routers going. What are we gonna do here? Yeah, just like that. 3 routers. We'll put 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom, in a triangular formation. And we'll go from FA00 to 00 on this guy. Looks like I got gigabit interfaces on this one. We'll go from 10 to 01 to what? What is the next one? 10, so 10. So we'll do GI01 to GI01 on that one. And we'll go from 0 to 1 over here. We'll go from 0 to 1 over here. So from 0 to 1, just like that right there. Boom, bim, yeah. So go ahead and drag and drop 3 routers to your topology. If you're using GNS3 or E101, I got this lab from GNS3vault.com. But y'all know GNS3 is kind of buggy, so I stopped using that. And this is what the kids are using nowadays. So I guess let me get some labels over here while you guys get to labeling and cabling as well. This is the 12 network, this is the 23 network, and that's the 13 network, respectively. Right? So let's go ahead and do that. How do we do labels again? Right click, text. Here we go. And then 12.0 network / 24. So I don't know why you got a space there. 192.168.12.0 / 24 network. We'll make this font a little bit bigger. 14. Right, and then I guess I'll duplicate that. And then make this one the 23 network. Is that the 23 network? Yes, it is, and the other one's 13. So this is the 13 network. 13 network. I hope you guys are following along. Duplicate that bad boy, and we'll make this guy. What do you say? That's the 13 network. No, hold up. 12, and the 13 is over here. This one is the 24 network. Y'all know I got the memory of a goldfish, man. Y'all gotta pardon me with that one. 23. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to your boy. You got Zaya in the building. Good night, fam. Good night as in you leaving the stream already, or good night as in like, hey, how's it going? It's nighttime type of thing. Because I know I'm kind of streaming late today because, like I said, I did not feel like streaming. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I know I'm usually on these streams all jovial, but today is just one of those days, man. I had a long day at work. I guess we can start on nodes here. Isn't there a way to start them all at the same time? More actions. Start all nodes. And then bloop. And then we'll fire up GNS3. Secure CRT. Again, go ahead and drag and drop routers just like this. I guess we can name them too. Hong Kong is at the top. That's one country I've always wanted to visit, man. Text. That is Hong Kong. Hong Long. And this guy down here. Let me make him a little bit bigger. It's the Hong Kong router. What's the other two? Amsterdam and Barcelona. This guy is Amsterdam. Oh, you know what? I don't like that. Let's can we change the host name that way? Because see, look at there. He just took the names that way. Let me do this. If you change the host name, let's go in this guy right here. If you change the host name, does it change the label there that way? Does it change it that way? I don't think you do. I think you got to stop him to do that. I think you got to stop it to do that. Let's see. We'll see. Anyway, as I said, okay, hello. Okay, I got you. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, though, man. Is he still powering up? I got my work shit up in here. All right, close this shit. And is he still powering on? What's going on with this guy, man? Don't this I did not feel like streaming, and now these things are acting up. So hopefully these guys are actually waking up. Let's see. Anyways, what's on today's news? We got with help from Google, impersonated Brave.com website pushes malware. Geez, they're just pushing malware everywhere, aren't they? With a valid TLS certificate, faux Brave.com could fool even security-savvy people. Scammers have been caught using a clever sleight of hand to impersonate the website for the Brave browser and using it in Google Ads to push malware that take control of browsers and steal sensitive data. Boy, these hackers are coming creative and more creative all the freaking time. That's crazy, man. Oh, I guess he's powering on. He's just powering on really slowly. This is why I need to get me a ESXi server or something, man. Jesus, man. It's crazy. My laptop is pretty slow, though. So, anyways, the attack worked by registering the domain. These motherfuckers, man. Hackers, man. I swear to God, they're so fucking creative. The attack worked by registering the domain xn brave brav-yva.com, an encoded string that uses what's known as puny code to represent brave.com, a name that when displayed in the browser address bars is confusingly similar to brave.com. Y'all know what Brave is, right? It's a browser, but it's really similar. Here, I'll show y'all, just in case y'all don't know, right? Is it this one? Yeah, this Brave right here. It's a browser. It's really similar to Chrome, right? And like you can use it to you can skip ads with YouTube. It's a really good browser, you know. But the hackers, I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, these motherfuckers are so creative. I swear to God, boy. If they just use that energy or something else, man, I swear they could be like geniuses, man. But anyways, you can use it to block. Ads from YouTube and all kind of stuff. But anyways, let's see here. Brave.com, note the accent over the letter E. They use the letter E with the accent grave or whatever they call it, the accent symbol over the E. Almost a perfect replica of Brave.com, with one crucial exception. The download Brave button grabbed a file that installed malware known both as a RET client and Sectoprat. From Google to malware in 10 seconds flat. To drive traffic to the fake site, the scammers bought ads on Google that were displayed when people searched for things involving browsers. The ads looked benign enough. As the images below shown, the domain shown for one ad was McLeaveites.com, a site that sells apparel for professionals. Oh, Jesus, man. And look at this. So you click it, right? And you see the ad right there. You're like, oh, yeah, you're trying to get the download the Brave browser. And that's not it. Man, I swear to God. Boy, if these hackers, they just use their energy towards something else, man. They probably be like the next Amazon or some shit like that, man. They ain't got no fucking time in the world, man. I mean, all the time in the world to come up with stuff like this, man. But anyways, let's go ahead and I guess start off with the lab here. This guy's still going slowly. This guy's really slow, man. I swear to God, if these two don't power on, we might just call it a short stream. Maybe we'll read one more article and just call it a night, man, because this shit is slow, man. Anyway, salute checking in. We got Dave W in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. Yeah, I use Brave browser all the time. Brave is too good. Yeah, Brave is a really good. It's a pretty good browser. Sometimes I'll use it when, sometimes I go back and forth between that and Chrome, and but as you can see, there ain't really vulnerabilities. It's just they just found some creative ways to push the malware through Brave, and you just got to be really careful, man. You just got to be really careful. They chose it's crazy, man. So they made it so that way the domain looks like BRAVE, right? But instead of the E, I don't know how to do it, but it's a combination of keys that you can put to put the letter E, but it's the E with the apostrophe symbol that's above the E. I forgot what that is. They use it in other languages. They don't really use it in English, not really. Except for like, yeah, we don't really use it like that much. But like soiree, I don't know. It's like the silent E kind of thing. So anyway, let's see. Are we powered on yet? Are we powered on yet? This one's powered on. We'll click no. And while that guy's coming up, let's go ahead and just change his name to, he's what, Hong Kong? And I don't think I could change the label until it was, he's Hong Kong, right? You can't put his face like that, can you? I'll just do Hong Kong like that. And then no IP domain. Look up. Come on, man. Look up. There we go. And this guy is still powering on. 2 is, this guy is supposed to be Amsterdam. The other one's Barcelona. So I don't think I could change. What I wanted to do was change that where it says VLSO2 or whatever. I wanted to change that. But let's just put the text below it and call him Amsterdam. Fuck it. AMSTER. Damn. Dave W said it's a pretty smart hack, to be honest. It is very smart, man. That's crazy how they're really creative, man. Change the domain name. They bought ads and they put, man, that just, all that effort you got to do just to, hack somebody, man. It's just like, man, put that towards something else positive, man. Oh well, I guess that's how they. I guess that's why I'm not in security, or I'm not a hacker like that. Whatever, I'm not really into it like that. And we'll call this next one. Put another text, and who was supposed to be? He's supposed to be Barcelona. And we'll save that. Make that a little bit bigger so y'all can see. So he's Barcelona. That's Amsterdam. And that's Hong Kong. So let's do this. Let's change his 2 is supposed to be Amsterdam, right? Host name is Amsterdam. Hope you guys are following along here, man. But if not, there is a link in this video, in the description box. I got this lab from GNS3vault.com. We're just kind of like following it to the steps are actually, I'm just using EVNG instead of GNS3 for it, basically. So I guess I'll close this. And we'll use this to do kind of like our lecture if I need to explain anything. So that's the 12.0 network. That's the 13.0 network. That's the 23.0 network. I think we got pretty much it. Let's go ahead and console into this guy. Change him to Barcelona. Is he powered on? Yes, he is. Click no. Wake up, Mr. West. Boy, Lakers made some moves, man, didn't they, this week? They picked up Carmelo Anthony. Who else they picked up? They just picked up a whole bunch of people, man. Obviously, Russell Westbrook, man. It's chip or bust this year, man. If they don't win, that's crazy, man. They picked up everybody. Hey, you want to play for the squad? You want to play for the Lakers, man? It's crazy. It's crazy. This guy is going to be, he's Amsterdam, right? No, he's Barcelona. My bad. He is Barcelona. See, y'all see this little CPU hog message I'm getting right there? I really need to, his host name is Barcelona. Okay, so the lab details are over here. We got 11 steps, and then we're going to call it a night, right? First step is to go into Hong Kong and configure OSPF. So similar to what we did yesterday, right? We did single area OSPF. So we'll be working single area all week. That's what I'm going to be doing, right? There's also multiple area OSPF, right? We said what the areas are. Right? Area 0 is what's known as the backbone router. When you're designing an OSPF network, you start off with area 0. If you need to add other areas, they need to connect to the backbone, which is area 0, and then you go on from there. But usually you start off with area 0, and then the other areas that are alongside it. So like if this right here is area, let me get my little marker here. Bloop, bloop, and let's use red, thick. This would be, let's say this is area 0 right here, right? If we had another one right here, we can put area 2 right there. We can put area 3 right here. Make him look like Mickey Mouse with a pimple and make that area 4 or whatever the case may be. That's 4, that's 3, That's 2. And then this is 0, right? Whatever the case may be, all of the areas must connect to the backbone. See how that's connected to the backbone? That's connected to the backbone, and that's connected to the backbone. Right now, we're starting off with area 0. This week, we're just going to be working with one area. So minus all these other guys right here, we just going to be working with just one area. Single area. That's why they call it single area OSPF. This area 0, right? Y'all with me so far? All right, so the first thing they want to do here is configure OSPF, process ID 1, and advertise all networks by using a single network statement. Use area 0. All right, so we'll go to Hong Kong and do that, right? They say Hong Kong, right? Yeah. Let me move this guy right here. And he is Barcelona. Hong Kong is over here. And we said router OSPF. We'll use, he said process ID 1, right? That's what he said? Yeah, he said process ID 1. And he said advertise all networks by using a single network statement. Now, this is what I wanted to do in Barcelona NetSim, right? And I said there's a way to kind of like, not necessarily cheat, but it's an easy way to just turn on OSPF on every interface you have on your router, right? Which in this case, I don't even have any interfaces, so I forgot to do this part right here. This is actually supposed to be step 1 right here. I forgot to label this correctly. Step 1, configure the following loopback interfaces. Hong Kong is 111, Amsterdam is 222, and Barcelona is 333. So let's do those loopbacks first, and then we'll do that other part. Process ID failed. Interesting. Didn't mean to do that. That's crazy. So that's the reason why. You see that? That's another interesting too. That's why I love LiveLabs. See there? I don't even have any interfaces, but yet I tried to start OSPF. Well, guess what? That process failed because it couldn't even come up with a router ID. Why? Because we don't have any interfaces on here. Show IP interface brief. And we don't have any IP addresses. So he couldn't even give him a router ID. So that's a good error to see right there, right? Let's go ahead and give him interface loopback. What we said, loopback. We'll do loopback 0 and give it that IP address, right? Quad 1, right? So loopback 1.1.1.1, and we'll do, I guess, /32, right? So 255.255.255.255. I meant to put loopback 0 here. Interface loopback 0, and then you got to put the IP address. What the hell am I thinking? Y'all see, I did not feel like labbing today, man, but it is what it is. Address, quad 1, 255.255.255. That's his IP address, right? And then let's do a show IP interface brief just to verify our work. So he's up. Now we can put in the router OSPF 1, right? And we should theoretically not get this error that we saw up here. So we couldn't start OSPF because we didn't even have any IP addressing because I skipped that first step right there. Right? We got to create loopbacks first. And then we said we were going to advertise OSPF on every interface we have on here. Right now, we only have just loopback 0. So to do that, we have to do, I think it's quad 0, just like that. And then you're saying, I don't care, just advertising on all networks by the subnet mask by doing, we don't care, like that. And then area 0. That should advertise OSPF on every interface we have on this router, which there's only one anyway. So now let's just do the loopbacks on the other guys real quick. Who's that? Amsterdam is 2, Barcelona is 3. Okay, so good. So he is interface loopback 0. Come on, man. IP address is 2.2.2.2.2. 255. Come on, man. I need to do let's do this. I got an extra 255 there. And an extra 2 there. Jesus, man. I told you I wasn't ready, man. What else did I wanted to do? Login synchronous. Let's do that. Real quick, just to fix that break in typing. I hate that. I hate that little y'all see how it's breaking up my typing? You gotta do logging synchronous to stop that from happening, right? Logging synchronous. And then let's make him 3.3.3, right? Y'all with me so far? Let me know if y'all have any questions. I know we just doing the simple part first, but just in case there's any newbies in here, be like, what the hell is a loopback, right? See how that broke up my typing there, right? To fix that problem, you do log constant 0 and then logging synchronous, so it stays in sync with my typing, right? And then what was we doing? We did the loopback. I don't think we did the loopback yet. Interface loopback 0. I don't know why he don't type it in all the way loop. IP address was he 3.3.3.3. His sending mask is all 255s. I think that's it right there. And then we did the router OSPF on this guy, so he should be good to go, right? We can verify our work with show IP protocols. Show IP protocols. That lets us know we are running OSPF process 1. That is our router ID now, right? We're routing for all networks on all interfaces on this. And how many interfaces do we have in here? Does it say it there? No, it says it in show IP OSPF. Show IP OSPF lets you know which interfaces are participating in it. And we have just one, the loopback, right? So now we've done that. That should have been step 1. I should have fixed that. Step 2, Amsterdam says configure OSPF on Amsterdam and then advertise all networks by using 2 network statements and put them in area 0. Okay, so let's go to router Amsterdam. There's router Amsterdam. We're going to do go to global config mode. We say router OSPF 1. Remember, we can put any process, but they asked us for, didn't they say process 1? Yeah, they asked us for process 1, and they ain't got a match. Remember, it's EIGRP that number where it says router EIGRP, and then that number that comes after EIGRP that got to match with the other router you want to become neighbors with, right? We need to do 2 network statements. What network statements are those? I guess the we don't have any other interfaces on here. Oh, that's what it was. We got to do these interfaces right there. We got to do this interface, 12.0, and he's .1, and then we got to do, we got to do all the IP addressing here. We got to do all the IP addressing. Because when you download this lab from GNS3 at vault.com, all the IP addressing is pre-configured. Well, you know what? We got to do this shit from scratch. Sorry, y'all. So this stream might take a little bit longer. Diane Foster said, bro, it's the 35 and over team. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. You're right. They are a little older team, but it's pretty smart. It's a pretty smart. Oh, yeah, he said that already. Yeah, they are an older team, but I don't know, man. I don't think the Lakers are going to make it, man. I hope they don't. I'm tired of LeBron and the Lakers, man, to be honest with you. I really wanted to see Chris Paul get a ring this year, but it didn't happen. I don't know what happened with there, man. They just, the Bucks was just the team. They were just the team's team. And a little bit more seasoned, I guess, than the Suns. Whatever. Anyway, let's do this IP addressing here. So I'm going to go back to Hong Kong and do the 12.1 right here. And this is supposed to be 13.1. So we got to do that. Let's go back to Hong Kong and do the IP addressing. Global config mode. Let's do a show IP interface brief and see what we got here. 00, right? It's supposed to be 12.1. So let's go to interface GI00. His IP address is 192.168.12.1. And they said what, /24? Yes, /24 subnet, right? So that's 255.255.0, right? .0 like that. Let's no shut that bad boy. And then what in the other interface? We got this one right here. 1.0. Remember, these interfaces are going to be different. I know it says FA10, but it's actually going to be a gigabit interface. So it's probably going to be this one right here, gig 01, right? Let's verify that by looking at the topology. 01. Where is he at? 01. So gig 01 is 13.1. So interface, come on, man. Interface gig 01, and his IP address is 192.168.13.1, right? Let me make sure. Yeah, 13.1. 255.255.0. No shut that bad boy. And now let's do a show IP interface brief to check our work. And there it is right there. So we got those 3. Last time we only had OSPF advertising out of this network. So theoretically, we should have 3 interfaces participating in OSPF now, right? So we do show IP OSPF, and we see, there it is. Nope, it says only a number of interfaces in this area. Yeah, there it is. There's 3 interfaces in this area. So we got 3 interfaces participating in OSPF there. Right? What else can we do? We can do show IP protocols, and no, that's not going to tell us. So it was really this one that tells us how many interfaces are participating in this area. I thought there was another one that would tell us how many are participating in just OSPF in general, but yeah, that's good enough for us. That's good enough for us. Let's do the interfaces on this guy, router Amsterdam. So let's go out here. Interface, what was that? GI00 is 12.1, right? He's 12.1. Let me make sure. No, he's 12.2. 12.2. We gotta make sure that's 12.2. So interface GI00. His IP address is 192.168.12.2. Dot 24, so it's .0, right? No, shut that bad boy. And the other interface is GI01. He's 23. What? 23.1? Let's make sure. 23.2, right? So 23.2, right? So interface GI0/1. IP address. Don't let me make any mistakes. Fat Finger Squad in the building. Y'all hit me with that like button. You have any videos on subnetting? Good question, Jason. I do not, man. I got like 1 million videos. I haven't done any on subnetting, man. That is a really deep subject too. Not really deep. It's just how do I say? I can say it's hard to explain. Yeah, it might be hard to explain. Maybe that probably explains why I have 1 million videos and none on subnetting. But I've been meaning to do one, and I don't want to say that I'm a master at it, and that's probably the reason why I haven't done any videos on subnetting, because that is one of the topics that kind of like make people shy away. I remember when I first started studying for this stuff, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this, man. But then after I started, I just kind of like put my head in the books and just finally picked up on it. And even now, I still make mistakes with subnetting. Like yesterday's stream, I like totally jacked up the wildcard mask until I realized it later on in the stream. But I put it in the notes of the video. But no, I don't have any. To answer your question, I don't have any videos on subnetting. Maybe I'll do some in the future. I've been saying that for a while, but yeah, it's just one of those topics that if you just keep practicing, just like anything, man, if you just keep practicing, you'll pick up on it and you'll see the patterns. And you'll see, after you do them so many times and you start to do them like how do I say, like the multiplication tables. You know how you can easily say 9 times 9 is 81, 5 times 5 is 25 or whatever. You start seeing the patterns and they just become repetitious, and you'll start knowing them. So but yeah, maybe in the future I'll do some. But I don't. To answer your question, no, I don't have any. Ran on a long ass rant to answer your question there. But 192.168.12. No, he's 13. Sorry, 23.2. It's supposed to be 23.2. 255.255.0. No, shut that bad boy. And we got 2 more interfaces, right? We got that interface and this interface to configure. So let's go to Barcelona and do those 2 more. We did the loopback already. We did the loopback because he's 3.3, right? .3.3, right? Discombobulated 3s there. Let's go to Barcelona and do the rest of those IP addresses. Interface, what is that? Let's see what interfaces they are. GI01 is 23.3. Yeah, 23.3. And then the other interface is, what's that? 13.3. That's GI00, right? That right there, 13.3. So interface GI00, the address is 192.168.13.3. Is that what I said? 13.3? Y'all know I got the memory of a goldfish, man. 255.255.255.0. All right, so let's verify our workshop interface brief. And 13.3, 23.3, that's loopback. All right, we finally got through the IP address in here. And then we said, let's erase all of this. And we said we needed to do some router OSPF on that guy, right? What was the steps again? On the lab, we said on Amsterdam, advertise all networks by using 2 network statements. 2 network statements. So we're on Amsterdam right there. What network statements will we use? Show IP interface brief, and we'll see exclude unsigned. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, fam. Global config mode. We need a network statement that's going to cover this and that. 23.0 and the 12.0 network. But what's going to advertise the to network? That's my question for you. I don't think we even need to, because he said by using, I'll advertise all networks by using to network statements. How do you do that? That's my question for you. Huh. Oh, I know how. You just do 192.168.0.0 slash, yes. Okay, so it should be like this. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, right? So router OSPF 1, right? We need a network that's going to cover these two, the 192.168s, and then a network statement that's going to cover the 2.2 network, right? So let's do network 192.168.0.0, and then we're going to say we don't care about, we care exactly about the first two octets, but the last two we don't care about. So 255.255, right? And we say area 0. He should theoretically come up with a neighbor right about now. While that's coming up, let's do another network. There it is right there. Let's do another network statement and say, pray to the network guys right there and say the 2.2 network. So we're going to say the exact network. We're going to do the exact network and say network 2.2.2.2, and we'll put the exact network by caring about every octet by saying all zeros like that. Say exact that match that exact network area 0 like that. So now we're advertising the 2.2 network. .2.2 network. Okay, so that should be our two network statements right there. That should be our two network statements right there. We verify our work with show IP show IP protocols. I like that one because it tells us which networks we're routing for, and there's our two network statements: the 2 network and the 192.168 network. Right, there's our router ID. You remember that one, Diane? Remember why it chose this as the router ID as opposed to the other interfaces? Remember, we choose the highest loopback, highest up loopback. So in this case, interesting. He said it's 1.1. Why is that? When his oh no, here it is. His router ID is 2.2. My bad. So yeah, that's his router ID. But step 3, we got, how many we got? We got 11 tonight. Go to Barcelona router, advertise all networks by using 3 network statements. So we'll use 3 network statements for this next one. And then I think theoretically they should all become neighbors after that, right? Let's go to this router right here. We need to advertise out of this network, that network, and then the loopback network. So we'll go to global config mode, router OSPF 1. Y'all hit me with that like button, man. Diane said because it's a loopback. That's correct. So it's members. It picks the highest loopback address. If there's not, and it's up. It has to be up because you can have 2 loopbacks. One is up and one is down. It's gonna pick, and then even if the one is down has a higher loopback address, he's still gonna pick the one that has the highest loopback. The highest loopback address, but it's also up. It has to be up. If there's no loopbacks that are up, then it'll pick the highest physical interface that has the highest IP address and choose that as its router ID. So we need a network statement to cover the 13.0 network. How do we do that? Network 192.168. We'll say 13.0. We'll say 000.255. We don't care about that last octet. And it will do the same thing. What am I doing here? Oh, forgot about the area 0. Network, we'll do the 23.0 network, so 192.168.23.0 network, 000.255. We say area 0, and we need one more for the loopback network, and we'll just say 3.3.3.0. Let's do that instead. Network 3.3.3.0 network, and we'll say 000.255. We don't care about that last octet. Say area 0. Verify our work. We should see a neighbor come up pretty soon here, right? Get on our knees, pray to the network gods. Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave this right here, and y'all tell me why OSPF did not come up yet. I'm going to leave the answer is right there. Y'all tell me why OSPF did not come up yet, and why the network gods did not answer our prayers. We set up OSPF on this router right here. Oh, Shay Duke Jackson. Shout out to him. OSPF on this right here, right? Open shortest path first. We set up OSPF on that guy right there. Let's pick a different one. Let's pick a different one. Why didn't it come up, y'all? OSPF. We should have became neighbors with this guy right here. He said hello. He sent some hellos. Why did he not become a neighbor with that Hong Kong router? Barcelona did not come a neighbor because even though we set up OSPF right here, we configured OSPF right there, right? I'll even show y'all. Show IP protocols. Diane said it. That's correct. No shut. We did not turn up these interfaces. All of them are administratively down. So that's correct. I don't even got to do that. But either way, I'll show you. Show IP protocols. So right now, we are routing for these networks, right? We're routing for the 3 network, the 13.0 network, the 23.0 network. But just like Diane said, all these interfaces are down. So we're advertising out of them, but the interfaces are down. So we need to turn those up. Turn down for what? Turn up for what? Interface, let's just do range 00 through 03. We also got that loopback. The loopback's already up. So GI interface range GI 00 through 3. We say no shut, like Diane said. That should bring up all the interfaces. And then that should bring up OSPF right about now. There it is right there. See, loading to full. Right? Y'all remember what the steps are? Let me pull those up. Shout out to Jeremy Stretch at packetlife.net, right? These been out for a long time. I meant to show y'all in the last stream, but I didn't even do it. Let me see if I can pull them up real quick. Real quick, y'all. Cheat sheets. No, you know what? I got some white papers that are exactly what we looking for. White papers. OSPF neighbor states. Y'all see how I went from loading right there, right? Loading to full, right? It goes through a process before it becomes neighbors. Not only does it check for parameters that need to match, right? We need to make sure the MTUs match. We need to make sure we're in the right networks or in the, matching networks. We need to make sure our hello timers match. There's like so many parameters that has to match, right? But before we do that, after those requirements are met, then we go through these states, these neighbor states right here, right? The first one is down. First, it starts off in a down state. What is down? Down lets us know it is down. I'm going down. This is the first OSPF neighbor state. Let me zoom in for y'all. This is the first OSPF neighbor state. It means that no information, hellos, have been received from this neighbor, but hello packets can still be sent to the neighbor in this state, right? Then it goes into attempt. This state is only valid for manually configured neighbors in an NBMA environment, which is, I believe, non-broadcast multi-access network. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't even remember. Yeah, non-broadcast multi-access network environment. In an attempt state, the router sends unicast hello packets every pole neighbor, blah, 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 right? First, it goes to down. Then it goes to attempt. Then it goes to init. Then it goes to two-way, right? These are all the states. I'm not going to read them all to y'all, but I'll send it to y'all if y'all want in the chat room over there. And then it goes to xstart. Right? And then it goes to exchange, and then finally it goes to full. This is what we want to see, full. In this state, routers are fully adjacent with each other. All the routers in network LSAs or link state advertisements are exchanged, and the routers databases are fully synchronized. So we exchange LSAs with each other and stuff like that, and we have all the routes to, the OSPF network and stuff like that. We have the full, what's called the link state database, and we're in full state. So that's what happened. That's why it went from the loading to full. That's what you see there. So was that it right there? Yeah, that was step 3. Configure. We advertise all networks by using 3 network statements. So let's make sure we have 2 OSPF neighbors on this guy, and then we'll move on to the next step real quick. Where's he at? I got so many damn windows. He's right here, Barcelona. And it shows us right there. He should have 2 neighbors. Show IP OSPF neighbor. And yeah, we got the .2 network, which is this guy right here, and we got quad 1, which is this guy right here. So that's from his vantage point. He got that as a neighbor, and he also got this guy as a neighbor. Sorry for the sloppy handwriting there, but y'all get my point, right? That's from Barcelona's perspective, right? What's the next task? That was task 3. We got to task 4. This is optional. I guess we can skip it. because y'all know I didn't feel like streaming today, but the loopback interfaces appear as /32s in the routing table. Make sure that they appear as /24s just as you configured them. Well, I don't think I configured them as /24s. I configured them as I configured them as 32. I should have done them as 34. So maybe we need to fix that. Let's see. Let's see. He's 3.3.3, right? So let's do a show IP interface loopback. No, let's do a show interface loopback. So we probably got to change that, right? He is /32. We need to make him /24. So I did not read that correctly. Let's fix that. Let's fix them all. Global config mode interface. That might change the that might make the Ospf process bounce. Let's see. Loopback 0. His IP address is supposed to be 3.3.3.3/24.0. I guess it didn't change it, or it didn't fix it, or change it. Did it? Yes, it did. It did. It did bounce. Right? Let's see. Looks like it bounced there. Let's change him to 2.2/24. Let me make sure. Let's do show protocols. Yeah, he's /32. He needed to be 24. So interface loopback 0. His IP address is 2.2.2.2. 255. Y'all see what I'm doing here, right? I need to change it to 24. And then he wanted us to advertise the networks to appear as /32s, which I kind of forgot how to do that. We'll see though. Got any questions so far or anything? Juan said, I knew it. What'd you see? What'd you do? I don't remember. You been putting in work. Salute. I appreciate it. Duwan Lightfoot, man. Lab every day, right? Y'all check out Duwan Lightfoot's channel for any kind of like DevNet certification material and stuff like that. He is one of my inspirations. He's the one that got me to kind of like started this YouTube channel. So, what was the other one? The other loopback. We need to put that one as a interface loopback 0. His IP address is 1.1.1, 255.255.255.0. Right? That's what it needed to be. And then he said, let's see here. The loopback interfaces appear as /32s in the routing table. Right? So let's do here. Let's see. Show IP route. We have, and that's what he meant right there. The loopback interfaces appear as /32s in the routing table. Right there. He said they need to be configured to appear as /24s, just as we configured them. And I think the way we got to do that, you got to make it a point-to-point network, I think is how you got to do that. I can't remember. That's optional. We'll come back to that one. But I think you got to make it a point-to-point network. I can't remember how to do that. I'm going to skip that for now. The next one was change the router. And this one I know how to do. On router Amsterdam, which is this guy right here, change the router ID to 22.22.22.22, 22 twos. Shout out to Jay-Z on that one, right? Make sure you see this change from Barcelona by using show commands. Y'all know how we got to do that, right? When you change the router ID, you got to bounce the Ospf process, right? What do I mean by that? We got to basically restart the process. You either got to reboot the router, which I don't want to do because I didn't save none of my work, right? And we'll lose all our shit, right? Or you can clear the process and then it'll change the router ID, right? So right now, we said Amsterdam's router ID is what? Show IP Ospf. His router ID is 2.2.2.2.2, right? They said they wanted to change it to 22 twos, like Jay-Z, right? Go to global config mode. And the way to do that is router Ospf 1, and we say router ID just like this, right? And we say 22.22.22.22, right? We press enter, and it says right there, even it gives you the warning right there, reload or use the clear IP Ospf command for this to take effect. So it even tells you right there that you got to do that, right? In plain English. I don't want to reload because I'm gonna lose all my work. I didn't save my work, right? We probably should. Just in case this, y'all know, sometimes even you or my router, my laptop will crash or whatever. But we'll just go ahead and we're just gonna raw dog it and just clear IP Ospf right now, just for now. And then, you got to get out of this and do that, right? So we got to get out of this and then clear IP Ospf process That's going to clear all of them, right? Oh, you got to get out of this first. Do you want to reset all processes? We only have one. And we say yes. Press enter. And then it tears down the relationship. Full to down. Full to down. And then it brings it back up. Loading to full. Now he said, make sure you see this change from Barcelona by using show commands. So we're going to go to Barcelona, which is over here. And we do a show IP, Ospf neighbors. And we should see, there it is right there. So now our neighbor is 22.22.22. Now, the crazy thing about it is he's still showing up as a neighbor as 2.2.2. That's interesting. That's rather interesting. Maybe I got to clear the process on my router as well. Who knows? Let's see. Dead timer expired. Let's see. Now, see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let's see what happened there. There it is right there. There. Now he got he sees the 22.22 as a neighbor. He still got two neighbors, but now the router ID changed, and that's what they wanted us to see right there. So Dewan said, we got Patrick Name in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in, Patrick. You said Young Hope. Yeah, y'all remember that song, 22 Twos, right? That's what I was referring to. Dewan, like I said, enable super chats. Hit me up if you got any questions on how to set it up. I could have sworn I enabled super chats, man. Let me see. I can insert an ad. We can do a top chat. I could have sworn I enabled super chats. Yeah, because I remember we had a couple people hit me up with some super chats a while back. Maybe that's the reason why I've been getting them. I'm like, damn, nobody's showing me no love, man. I don't have it enabled. I'm gonna work on that later though, man. But I'll hit you up though. Patrick said exactly. I was just looking for SC. We got Matt Mills in the building, bro. Appreciate you for tuning in, Matt. What you mean SC? Oh, super chats. Oh, yeah. I don't know, guys. No wonder I've been getting no love, man. I'm like, how come nobody hit me up with no super chats, man? I don't have the option. Yeah, man. I'm sorry, guys, man. I'm working on that later. Let me see. Custom emojis, create a poll. Yeah, no wonder, man. I haven't been turning them on, man. Maybe I'll do it on the next stream, man. No wonder nobody been showing me no love, man. All right, well, let's go on to the next task here. So we changed the router ID to 22.2. We're on step 6. We got 11 to go, right? 4 to go, rather. Traffic from Barcelona to Hong Kong. So from Barcelona, right, this guy right here, to Hong Kong, so going this way, right? We got to take a plane, right? Because that's in two different continents right there. Should use the link between Amsterdam and Barcelona. Use the cost command to achieve this. Well, right now, if they're saying it needs to go this way, then theoretically he probably going this way to get to Hong Kong, right? He going to Amsterdam, and then he using Amsterdam as a layover before he get to Hong Kong. They want us to make shift the traffic going this way. That's what we want to do as network engineers. Be able to, manipulate our traffic like this, right? So let's look at the routing table and see how it's getting there. How to get to Hong Kong. Hong Kong is what? He's 1.1.1.1. Damn, no wonder I've been getting no super chats, man. I need to turn that feature on, man. I thought, man, I don't know what happened, man. So let's go to Barcelona, show IP route. To get to Hong Kong, which is the one network, we got to take 13.1, which is, it's already going that way, 13.1. But they said, let's see, traffic from Barcelona to Hong Kong should use a link between Amsterdam and Barcelona. So we're going this way to get there. They want us to go this way and this way to get there, right? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? So right now, I'll explain it again, just in case anybody confused, right? Traffic from Barcelona to Hong Kong, right? So from Barcelona to Hong Kong should use the link between Amsterdam and Barcelona. So instead of going to Hong Kong this way, again, go this way to Hong Kong. So they want us to take a layover for some reason. Don't know why we do that, but we can manipulate our traffic to do that. So right now it says here, the metric to get to Hong Kong, the one network, bloop, is 2. So we got to probably make this higher some way, right? To get the 13.0 network. So we do it by going through gig 00. So we need to change the cost the cost or the metric here is 2 to something else. How do we see what the cost is? I think we got to do just show IP OSPF. Let's see, show IP OSPF interface GI00, and that should tell us our cost. Cost is 1. So yeah, I think that's it right there. We need to change the cost right there to something else. Let's change that to, like, I don't know, 99. Maybe we'll stick with the Jay-Z theme here. I'm gonna put 22, right? So we'll go to interface GI00, and I think that's an interface level command, right? So IP OSPF cost, yeah, just like that. And then the cost can be any number between 1 through 65, 535, right? Notice this recurring theme here, right? They use that number a lot, right? The cost will say was 22 for now. And then let's go ahead and bounce the OSPF process for that to take effect, right? Get out of here, if I can spell right, and say clear IP OSPF process. That'll select all the processes or reset all the processes. It should tear down the relationship, bring it back up, and then we'll take a look at the routing table one more time. Geekmaster in the building said, good evening, NetworkBruh and chat. Yeah, appreciate you for tuning in, Geekmaster. Y'all hit me that like button. We got Reese Fields in the building. Appreciate you for tuning in. He said, make sure y'all, he putting in work. Yeah, man, y'all hit me with that like button and make sure y'all subscribe to your boy. When I get to about 5,000 subscribers, which is my goal, I want to try to get to that. I wanted to get to it in August, but I didn't reach my goal. It's all good though. But if y'all, if we get to 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to be gifting away a copy of Boson Netsin. Y'all know that Boson gave me a free copy to kind of like demonstrate on the channel, on my channel and stuff like that. They gave me the full suite of applications, right? So once I get to 5,000 subscribers, I'll be gifting that away to anybody, so that way y'all can do it along with me, because I've been doing it on the live streams as well. Today we're not doing Boson, we just using EVNG with a pre-written lab and just kind of working from there, right? So now let's see what the routing table looks like now, right? Show IP route. Did we change the cost? Right now the cost is 3, or the metric is 3, and it says to get to the 1.1 network, take the 23.2 network, which is where? Here. So take that as your next hop to get to Hong Kong. That's how we did it. We changed the cost. Y'all see that? Anybody lost, or anybody get that part right there? Let's do a trace route just to verify, right? Let's do a trace route to the 1.1 network. So we're going to do a trace route. Y'all know what that is, right? That's like we sending a sonar, bloop, bloop, and we'll see what way we took to get to Hong Kong. And theoretically, it should take this way, right? Let's pray to the network gods and see if that happened. Trace RT 1.1.1.1, and it should take a minute to do that. Huang said, hell yeah, I need that Boson. Yeah, for sure, man. You know, make sure you subscribe to your boy, man. Again, I'm trying to get to 5,000. I'm close to it. I'm close to my goal. And I'll be gifting away a copy of that right there. And there it is right there. You see how it took the next hop as 23.2 before it got to 1.1. Where's 1.1? 1.1 is here. It took, this is the next hop, and then it made it to Hong Kong, right? So we basically took a layover to Hong Kong. What's the next task? Task number 7. Remove the previous change. Remove the previous change with the cost command. So we're going to remove that. Achieve the same goal by using the bandwidth command. So we can also manipulate our traffic with not only with cost, we can change the bandwidth and say, this link is slower because it has a higher bandwidth. We're using dial-up to go this way. Why don't you go this way? That's what we could do here, right? So they want us to redo our change. I hate when they make us do that. We fix something and then and they want us to take it off. That's what Boson makes us do too. Yeah, for sure. Where we at here? Where did we do that cost change? Was it on this router? I can't even remember, man. GI00. No, we did it on this router right here. We changed the cost on this router right here. So remove this right here from gig 00, right? That's what they want us to do. So we'll go to gig 00, interface gig 00, and we negate that command with a no, remove that, and they said achieve the same goal by using the bandwidth command. So what's the bandwidth right now on gig 00? Most likely it's like 100,000 or some shit like that. I don't know. Show Let's do a show IP interface GI00. We see the bandwidth. Nope, not GI00. We got to do show IP interface. I did do that, didn't I? It's no show IP interface 00. It's show interface 00. And that shows us the bandwidth. That is the bandwidth right there. 1 million kilobits per second. They want us to change it to, we'll change it to something lower. So we do, I think it's just bandwidth is the command, right? Isn't it? Yes, bandwidth. And we'll say something lower. Yeah, we'll do something lower. We'll do like 100 or something, 1,000. And then let's see. Hopefully it should use this guy again as the next hop, but only because we changed the bandwidth. Let's check the bandwidth real quick by doing a show IP interface 00. Notice we changed the bandwidth to 1,000, just like this right here, right? And then let's take a look at the routing table and see what it does. Do show IP routes, and we'll see it uses 23.2 as the next hop. It probably did not change. So let's go ahead just to verify by bouncing OSPF process again and then see if that worked, right? So let's just do a clear IP OSPF process. Yes. Tear down the relationship. Bring it right back up. Bounce that ass. Show IP route. I should stop being lazy and go ahead and do it, right? And it still uses 23.2 as the next hop. So to get to Hong Kong from Barcelona, we take this as a layover, and then we go this way. Funny I say layover. I was talking to my boss today, and he was explaining to me how we have these two networks, like two private networks on our network at work, right? And the way he was explaining it to me, he was using the airport analogy, just like I'm using with y'all. How sometimes you have to use a layover for like a gateway. You get to a router, and then you want to get to another SVI or to another network. You kind of like go to this airport and you change gates. The same concept applies. And he used that same exact analogy. So I just thought that was pretty cool. So anyway, y'all know I'm nerding out over here. So traffic to, so we did task number 7. Now we're on task 8 out of 11. All right, we got 4 more to go, and we're gonna call it a night. He said, "Hang with the chat here." Thank you, sir. Yeah, appreciate that. We got, he said, facts. So Matt wants to boast on that. Make sure you subscribe to your boy, man. I promise you, I'm gonna do a giveaway, man. I just was like, my goal was to get to 5,000 by August, but I didn't, achieve it. I don't know. I guess I didn't promote my channel enough. I don't know. Just make sure spread the word, man. So enable clear text authentication between Amsterdam and Hong Kong. Use Vault as the password. So between Amsterdam and Hong Kong. Here's Amsterdam. Here's Hong Kong. They want us to, these guys are OSPF neighbors, right? Bloop, bloop. OSPF. They're OSPF neighbors. They want us to set up authentication, right? I'm gonna draw a little funny looking lock here for y'all. Oh, he even used the key analogy as, he's like, yeah, the key on your suitcase, that'd be your encryption. I love my boss, man. He just be coming up with funny shit, man, but it just be accurate, man. So we're going to set up authentication between these two right here. So what we're saying is, in order to become neighbors, you have to have a specific password. They said to set the password to be Vault, but they said clear text authentication. There's 2 ways you can do authentication. You do clear text or MD5. MD5 is like message digest, where you do encryption, and clear text is just, you can actually see the password. It's not as secure. So they want to do clear text first, right? So let's go to, which one are we going to do first? Amsterdam or Hong Kong? I've always wanted to visit Hong Kong, so we'll do Hong Kong first. Hong Kong. And now when we do this and we set one side, let's do this. We go to the router process. If I remember how to correctly do this, you go to the routing process, right? You go to global click mode. We say router. The process ID was what? 1. So router OSPF 1. And then I believe is it IP authentication? No. OSPF? No. I can't remember. Let's question mark through the shit. Let's see. Is it just authentication? I can't even remember. Does anybody remember how to do authentication? Clear text authentication, right? I thought it was like IPSF. What the fuck is that? I cannot remember. I know you got to go to the OSPF process for sure. It's not an interface level command though, is it? Yes, it is. I believe it's an interface level command. That's what it is. So we got to go to the interface and then do it. Juan said, "How can I get an invite to the Discord server?" Good question, Juan. I thought you was on the Discord. It's all good though. Good question though. This is a link to the Discord server. That's the invite. Make sure you join the Discord server from there. And usually if I cancel my stream or if I push it back like I did tonight, typically I stream Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today I was a little late and I was like busy at work. I took a nap and stuff like that. I was like, oh God, I got to stream today, man. What I put myself into. So I just pushed back the stream to 9 o'clock. But I let y'all know on the Discord server. So I got a banner on my channel that says, hey, we stream at 8 o'clock. And if you log on and you see I'm not streaming yet, I either pushed it back or I cancel. If you join the Discord server, you'll get the insider to that. So insider information. Ryan says the configuring the interface. That's correct, Ryan. I just jogged my memory. I was like, you know what? That's an interface level command. So shout out to Ryan for that one. Lee McMillan said, bruh. Shout out for that. Yeah, that's correct, Ryan. So we got to go to the interface and do that. So we got to go to GI00, not the router process. So we say interface GI00, and I believe it's IP authentication. No, Ospf authentication. There it is right there. That's what I was looking for. So shout out to Juan for that one. And then from here, you could either do message digest. That's going to set an MD5 authentication. Or you do keychain. It don't look like you can do clear text on here. Is it just keychain? Keychain like that? No. And then no, that's the keychain name. If you want to just use Volt, we don't want to use a keychain like a rotating keychain. We wanted to use clear text authentication and use Volt as the password. You can't just do that and then just the name, the key, right? Is this right here clear text right here? Because if we put no, that's no authentication, and we wanted authentication. So my only option at this point is just keychain, because we can't just put Volt like that. That's not going to take it. So probably keychain and then the name of the keychain, which in this case I guess Volt. But if we do MD5, which is message digest, yeah, see, that's weird. I think you just do, yeah, because that'd be the message digest would be that. So let's just do let's do this. Let's see this. OSPF, and it's definitely authentication just like that. Enable authentication. Authentication key. That's probably what it is. And then message digest key. So this, I believe, is clear text, and this is MD5. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's what it is. Authentication key is what I was looking for. If you just do authentication like that, can you do that by itself? Yes, you can. And then IP OSPF authentication hyphen key, and then the key, which in this case is Volt. That should tear down the relationship because the other guy don't have the password, right? Let's see. Get on our knees, pray to the network gods. The dead timer, what is by default? We are waiting on the dead timer to tear down the relationship. That's why it's going to take a while here. What does anybody have a pop quiz for today? What is the dead timer by default for OSPF? How many seconds? As a matter of fact, if you counted since I put in this key, that should give you an answer. And there it is. Now the dead timer is expired. What is the default timer? Pop quiz. So now that we've done that, let's go to the other side to bring the relationship back up by putting the key Volt. So we'll go to who went down? 22.2, which I believe was this guy right here. He became 22.2, right? That guy right there, he became 22.2. So we need to go to Amsterdam. We tore down that relationship, right? 22.2 right here. And that interface, what was that interface? What was that interface? That interface was GI00. So we go to interface GI00 on Amsterdam. Global config mode. We're almost done, y'all. We're on step number 8 out of 11. Interface GI00, right? Let me triple check, verify, like my boss says. GI00. And we said IP OSPF authentication, IP OSPF authentication hyphen key. We said vault is the key. What is the default dead timer for OSPF? What is the default dead timer? I'm still waiting on that pop quiz, man. Y'all want me to give away? Y'all want me to do a giveaway for y'all to answer that one? Somebody gonna Google it real quick and answer it, right? Now the relationship came back up right there, loading to full. Y'all remember the steps, right? Let's take the white paper real quick. Neighbor states. We said the neighbor states are down, attempt, init, two-way, xstart, exchange, loading, and then full. So now it's full. We went from loading to full. So now we should theoretically have a neighbor again. Two neighbors from Amsterdam, right? Show IP, OSPF, neighbor. And he got two neighbors, 3.3 and 1.1. This is from Amsterdam's vantage point, right? This Amsterdam right here. He said he got that as a neighbor, and he got this guy as a neighbor, right? But this side has authentication right there, right? Y'all with me so far? Got any questions? Anybody answered that? Ryan got it correct. The dead timer by default is 40 seconds. It's really 4 times the hello. So the default timer for OSPF, we say hello every 10 seconds. 4 times the hello, so 10 times 4. I know my math ain't great, but 10 times 4 is what? 40, like Ryan said. So default timer is 40 seconds. Shout out to Ryan for that one. You want to roll here, Ryan? With them damn answers there. And Diane got it correct too. 40 seconds. Yes, it's 40 seconds is the default timer for the dead timer for OSPF. So we consider our neighbor dead, our OSPF neighbor dead, if we had to hurt him 4 times the hello. By default, it's 40 seconds. Step number, what was the next step? Lab details. Next step was step number, where is it? Number 9. Enable MD5 authentication between Barcelona and Hong Kong. Use safe as a password. So Barcelona and Hong Kong is where they lie at. Here go Barcelona. Here go Barcelona. Here go Hong Kong. They want us to set up authentication between those two, right? So here's our authentication key. This shit look fucked up though, right? Look like a bad Hermes bag. Hermes. Is that how you pronounce it? I can't even pronounce nothing. Past that, Versace. This is our authentication key, right? But they want us to do an MD5, whereas the other side was what? Plain text or clear text. MD5 is a stronger authentication key. They want us to do authentication MD5 between these two OSPF neighbors. So we do one side, it's going to tear it down, right? We don't do one side, right? It'll tear down that relationship. And then once we put in the key on the other side, it'll bring it right back up, right? It'll bring it right back up. So let's do that. Let's go to Hong Kong first. Hong Kong's right here. What interface is pointing towards that way? That interface is right here, GI01. So we go to the interface GI01, interface GI0/1. We said it was IP OSPF authentication that enables authentication, right? Right, and then we're going to use the message digest right there. So IP OSPF message digest key, and then we put the key. No, we don't put digest key. My bad. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. That is not what it is. I don't like that. I don't like that because that's the key ID. I don't like that. They said they just wanted a specific key. Let's turn that off real quick before it tears down. Authentication message digest. That's not it. I don't think that's it. Oh yes, I think that is it. So you put that, and then you put in. See how it turned it? See how it tore it down? See how it tore it down? Because we enabled authentication. So let's go back, do no there, and then the other one I was looking for was, I believe, message digest, and then let's see. Hold up, before I do that, authentication key. Let's see, authentication key. That's clear text right there. That's clear text. But we wanted MD5, which is, I believe, message digest key. No, 1, and then MD5, and then the key right there, like that. Is that how you do it? I can't even remember, y'all. How do we set up MD5? Do you got to do a key first and then MD5 and all that? Y'all let me know. Nice little Ye reference. You know how I do, man. You throwing little rap references and shit, man. I'm trying to think here. I think that's how we set up MD5. Just like that. And then you put the key, which they said the key was supposed to be safe. Y'all let me know if that's how you do it, though. Basically, we're going to do the same thing that we did on this side over here, right? Except we're setting up MD5 and it's encryption, but it's authentication, but it's encrypted. This side was not encrypted, right? So it was like we was raw dogging it on this side right here. We want to make sure that that our traffic is encrypted, our OSPF neighborship is encrypted. And I think that's how you do it. And then you put the keys, which what they said was what? It's going to be safe. Y'all let me know if that's how you do it. I might have to Google that real quick. I know when we put in authentication, that tore down the relationship. But then to do the key, let's see. Let me see what other options there are, because I get confused with that. Let's see. We got a message digest key like that, or we just do authentication password. And I believe, yeah, like I was saying, I think this is MD5. I mean, this is clear text, and then that's MD5. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because remember, this is a learning environment. We both learning here. I learn from y'all, y'all learn from me, right? I'm not teaching y'all every single thing because I don't know everything. And I think this is MD5 that we got to do. So IP OSPF message digest key, and then you can pick a key number, which I guess I can do 1, and then put the key, right? Because I think this is clear text. But if we do that, if we just put the key without authentication, will it turn it on? Let's see. Let's put the key. Let's do this. I'm going to do this. Message digest key, right? And I'll just put 1 for now. And then MD5, like we said. And then we'll put the password, which we said was going to be safe, right? He said lowercase. Let's verify. Verify. He said the password is going to be just safe with a capital S. So we'll do that just to be exactly, right? That's the password, right? Like that. Now, I'm going to wait 40 seconds, see if it tears it down. If it doesn't, then we created the key, but we didn't enable authentication with this right here. And that's what Labbin is all about, just to make sure. So we created the key, but did we enable authentication? We'll see. Cue the Jeopardy theme song here. While y'all waiting, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. And we'll wait at the interval that Ryan and Diane verified for us, which is 40 seconds, to see if it tears down a relationship. It probably won't until we put in IP OSPF authentication, that keyword there. Cue the Jeopardy theme song. What else we got on the IT news? Yeah, I don't think that's going to tear it down. So now we'll enable authentication, IP OSPF, post-PF. We either got 3 more steps, right? Authentication. That should tear down a relationship after 40 seconds. The State Department and 3 other U.S. agencies earned a D for cybersecurity. Wop, wop, wop. 2 years after a damning cybersecurity report, auditors find little has improved. And y'all know what they put for the image for the article? The White House. Is that the White House? No, it's not. They got like the yeah, that is the White House, isn't it? I think that's the White House. Cybersecurity at 8 federal agencies is so poor that 4 of them earned grades of D. 3 got C's and only 1 received a B in a report issued Tuesday by the U.S. Senate committee. Okay, so our dead timer expired. Let's go to the other side, which is Barcelona. Put the key there. And then if it doesn't bring it up, we'll enable authentication, and that should bring it up. Actually, let's enable authentication first. Let's go to Barcelona. Let's go to Barcelona, which is over here. See, the dead timer expired and it's down. We'll go to the interface pointing there, which is what? The interface should be, looks like GI00. Yeah, that interface right there, GI00, is the one that's pointing there. So we got to go to that interface and enable authentication. Interface GI00, right? We say IP OSPF authentication. That enables on authentication, but that still should not bring it up because we didn't put the key, right? The key was what? Safe. It is clear that the data entrusted to these 8 key agencies remain at risk. The 47-page report stated, as hackers both state-sponsored and otherwise, become increasingly sophisticated, as we said earlier, where they created the Brave web browser, bought ads and the domains, and created this like browser that made you look like and push malware to your device. That's crazy, man. Become increasingly sophisticated and persistent. Congress and the executive branch cannot continue to allow PII and national security secrets to remain vulnerable. Y'all know what PII is, right? That's personally identifiable identification. Basically, like your information that people can use to identify you, right? Your name, your social security number, your address, and all that other stuff, right? The report issued by the Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs comes 2 years after a separate report found systemic failures by the same 8 federal agencies in complying with federal cybersecurity standards. That's crazy, man. Where's Professor Black Ops, man, with the stigs of the day, man? What is going on with the DOD and shit, man? Okay, so it looks like it brought up our relationship, even though we didn't put the key up. We didn't put the key. Yep. Right? Loading to full. Yeah, so it brought it up, even though we didn't put the key. That's crazy. So we might be doing that wrong. We enabled authentication, but it should have still not brought it down because we didn't put the key on this side, right? We put the key safe over here. Where is it? There it is, right there, safe. But we didn't put the key safe over here, and it still brought it up. So that's definitely not it right there. Let's do this. Let's remove the authentication over here. Go to global configure. Come on, man. We're already in global config mode. What am I doing? We'll remove the authentication. That's still, we obviously know that's going to tear it down when we do this. No authentication. Let's take out authentication over here as well. No authentication. And let's just do, we left this right here. Let's put this on the other side. It should, let's see if it's going to tear it down. Let's see if it's going to tear it down. Y'all any questions so far? Y'all with me so far? Patrick said, I'm out for the night. Enjoy the stream. Yeah, appreciate you for tuning in, man. We're almost done here. We got 8 out of 11 tasks, right? 8 out of 11. Did it tear it down yet? Probably not, because we took out authentication altogether, even though we have the key on one side. Let's put the key on this side over here. Safe. While that's going, let's move on to the next task as well, because y'all know it takes a while for the dead timer and all this other stuff. So let's do this. Lab details. Where were we at? We was on, we did the enable authentication. Change the timers right here. Change the Ospf timers on the link between Amsterdam and Barcelona. Did it bring that up yet? It didn't tear it down yet. I need to revisit this one right here. I need to revisit that for sure. So let's move on to the next one, and then we'll take a look at that. Change the Ospf timers on the link between Amsterdam and Barcelona. So where's Amsterdam, Barcelona? We got Amsterdam over here. Here's Amsterdam, and here's Barcelona, right? They want us to change the timers. Bloop, bloop. I'm going to draw a little clock for y'all, right? Timers between this guy and that guy, right? Remember what we said about OSPF. For them to become neighbors, there's several parameters that need to match. We need to be in the same network, right? So we're in the 23.0 network. We need to be in the, if there's authentication set up, we need to have the same password. If the MTUs must match, the dead timers must match. The hello timers must match. There's so many parameters that need to match. In this case, they want us to change the timers. Right now, the timers by default is 10 seconds, right? We said, well, let's verify that real quick. Show IP OSPF, right? Just like that. And we'll see, is it OSPF that's going to tell us that? I don't think it will. I think we got to go to OSPF. What's the other one? Interface? Yeah, OSPF interface. So in this case, it was interface 1.0. So where is he at? 0.1 rather. In this case, my interfaces are different. The timers are right here. Timer intervals are configured. 10, 40, wait is 40, retransmitted is 5. Those are all default. We didn't change those. They want us to change the hello timer to what? They said change the hello timer to so that hello packets are being sent every 5 seconds on that link. Now, again, if we change it to 5 every second, change the hello timer to 5 seconds. So he's going to say hello to this guy every 5 seconds. Well, guess what? We got to do the same thing on this guy, or else they're not going to match, right? Because by default, it's 10. So he's going to be set at 10. He's going to be set at 5. And then we're going to lose this relationship right here, this neighbor relationship, because they don't match. We need to make sure they match. Let's go to Amsterdam first and do that, right? Amsterdam's over here. Here's Amsterdam. The interface that's pointing there is, what is that? GI01. Enable global config mode interface GI01. IP OSPF, what is it? Timers? I think it's just timer, right? Isn't it how you do it? I don't remember. Timers? No. Or is that a global config mode? I think that's a global OP, OSPF. Oh, that's what it is. IP, you got to go to process. OSPF, and then the processing ID is 1, area 0. No, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. Let's see how. I got to remember this. I think you got to go to the process and do this. Let's see. Router, OSPF 1, OSPF timers. How do we do the timers, y'all? Timers. There it is right there. Timers. Adjust routing timers. You see that? So I guess that's a global configuration command. Not global, but on the routing process. So, but they wanted us to do it just for one link. That's interesting. Timers. No, that's not how you do it. That is definitely not how you do it. Y'all know how to do it? I think we have to go to the interface and do it. Let's see. It was interface. What we said interface it was. GI01. So let's go to the interface. We need to look for that command now. IP or interface GI0/1. IP OSPF. Hello interval. There it is right there. That's what I was looking for. Hello interval. And then we said every what? 5 seconds, right? We do this. We change it to 5 over here. Bloop. This guy is still left at 10. Again, that should tear down this neighbor relationship, theoretically. Let's go ahead and do that. Get on our knees. And pray to the network gods. In the meantime, let's go ahead and copy this so that way we can do it on the other side. We'll see it tear down, right? That's Amsterdam? Yeah, we said that Amsterdam. So we got to go to Barcelona, which is over here. We should see a message right here letting us know that the neighbor relationship is down. Let's see how many neighbors we got so far. OPSPF neighbor. So we got 2 neighbors, right? The one that should get tore down is that guy right there. Right? Wait for it. Wait for it. In the meantime, what interface is that? That is interface GI01. And there it is. Their timer expired. So let's go to interface GI01. Make sure that they match. Here, I'll show y'all real quick, right? Show IP interface. Show IP OSPF interface GI0/1. We'll see that the dead timer is set to 10. Right? We need to change that to 5, right? Because right over here, he said his interface was, no, not this guy. This guy. He said his interface to show IP OSPF interface GI. What he said his interface was GI0/1. His interface is set to 5 right there. We need to do the other side, right? To make sure that they match. So global config mode interface GI. Y'all with me so far? 0/1. That's not the timer. Shit. Let's just do it by hand. IP OSPF hello interval 5 seconds 85. Really tear it down. Verify our workers show IP OSPF interface GI0/1. We see that the timer is 5, and then it brought the interface back up. I mean, not the interface, but the OSPF relationship back up. So this guy, it became a neighbor again on that side, right? Over here. So now we're neighbors again on this side. I believe the next, we only got what, 2 more tasks, and then we're done? Bloop. Or is it the last task? Well, that last task. And then we'll revisit that MD5 part. Lab details. So we did the timers. So last task right here. Last task. I know y'all was waiting for this, man. Final task. We almost done. We almost done, y'all. The Hong Kong router will have access to the internet in the future. Hong Kong should have internet, right? You need to advertise a default route in OSPF. So Amsterdam and Barcelona will send traffic for unknown networks to Hong Kong. Advertise a default route in OSPF. So I believe what we need to do is probably create a default route on Hong Kong and then advertise it to these guys right there. So that way, when they need to send unknown traffic, they'll just send it to Hong Kong and then go out to the internet that way. That's basically what you're doing. And I believe the way we do that is the default information originate command, where you take a default route and advertise it to everybody else. The way I like to explain the default information originate is like, it's like we have somebody that's like in another city, right? And he's sharing a route to everybody else. Hey, he's like, hey, look, when y'all get to this city right here and y'all want to know how to get out, this is how y'all get out. Y'all get out of the neighborhood. Take this road right here, and you'll be able to get out of this city when you get here, okay? That's how we share a default route. Default information originate. That's how I like to explain it, right? So Hong Kong is going to send a default route to these guys right here. Let them know how they can go to the internet on our proverbial cloud, right? Our internet right here, right? That's the internet. He's going to let them know how to get there. Default information originate. So we need to go to Hong Kong and do that. Hong Kong is over here, I believe. Yes. And then we'll call it a night. If y'all want to stick around and watch the watch me try to troubleshoot the MD5 part, then so be it. I believe we got to go to router OSPF process 1 and say defaults. Yes. Defaults information. There it is right there. Control default information. And then originate a default, distribute a default route. We don't even have a default route here yet. And then we can say to always advertise this default route. That is how you do it pretty much. Always like that. So now let's go to these guys and see if we can see that default route. Even though we didn't, I think we got to create the default route though. Let me see. I can't even remember. Let's see. Let's go to Barcelona. Take a look at his routing table. Show IP routes. There it is right there. So now we got a default route. That's what this says OSPF E2. The E2, what does that mean? E2 lets us know it is an external OSPF route, type 2. So now when Barcelona needs to send unknown traffic, like he gets traffic over here, and it says, take me to the XYZ network. Barcelona's like, I don't know where the hell that's at. I'm going to go ahead and send it to my default router. The default router has this route. That's my default route. And in Hong Kong, gonna send it to wherever he need to go to if he has a default route or whatever. That's how that works. So that was the last task. Let me go ahead and revisit this MD5 part right here, and then we'll call it a night, right? How did we, y'all hit me with that like button, man. Make sure you subscribe to your boy. I typically stream Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? Today, I just pushed back the stream because, like I said, I took a nap and I was busy at work and stuff like that. I was on the phone pretty much almost all day, man. Just taking care of stuff, man. I had a busy, pretty productive day, so that's why I pushed back the stream. But if you want to get like a heads up or whatever, if I'm going to cancel or if I'm going to do like an extra stream on the weekend or something like that because I ain't got shit to do, then I'll let you know on the Discord server. So make sure you join to the Discord. Here is an invite to the Discord. Bloop. Let's see if we can fix this MD5 part, and then we'll call it a night, right? So we needed to do authentication over here, right? Right? We wanted to do authentication over here. I'll draw this little key right there, right? We wanted authentication over here, and we wanted MD5 authentication. For some reason, the password needed to be safe, right? So we wanted to make sure that they don't become neighbors unless they have the keyword safe, capital S though, right? So and that was between who? Hong Kong and Barcelona. Let's go to Hong Kong. Let's go ahead and close Amsterdam because we already done with him. I'm gonna go ahead and close him. We needed to just do what interfaces is that? GI001 and GI00 on this guy. So let's go to Barcelona and go to 00. Right? Actually, let's start with Hong Kong. Let's go to Hong Kong. Hong Kong's 01. That interface right there, right? Y'all with me so far? Show run interface GI0/1. Did we do anything there? Yeah. That was what we thought was going to be it. We put that on both sides there. Let's go to 00. Over here, show run interface GI00. And we put that same keyword there. But it did not take down the relationship. It did not take it down. So let's remove it on one side and see if it tears it down. If it does, then it worked. Because I can't remember how to do the MD5. That's the one thing I couldn't remember. Interface, let's do it on this side. Let's do it on the Barcelona side, GI00. Remove that interface, that MD5 key. If that tears down the relationship, then it worked. But I don't think it worked. So y'all let me know if y'all remember how to do this part. The MD5 authentication. Key 1, MD5, safe. That should have tore down the relationship, and it don't look like it will. We got to wait 40 seconds to see, though. We'll see. While that's going, let's take a look at show IP Ospf interface GI0/1 and see what we got about authentication in here. There's nothing in here that tells us about authentication. Supports local signaling, suppress hellos. Nope, it didn't tear down the relationship, so that's not doing it. That's definitely not doing it. Let's go to the other side and remove that. How do you do the safe keyword? The other thing is too, Renee Molnar, shout out to Renee Molnar at GNS3vote.com. He has a solution for this actual lab too. So he has a video. It's just, y'all know I keep it funky when I explain it and stuff like that. So that's why I kind of, and plus I'm labbing it on my own like this. I'm just labbing it with y'all. Let's go to Gig01. Configure terminal. I'm just ready to call it a night now. GI0, what is that? 01. And we're going to remove that because I don't think that was it. Where is he at? Remove this right here on 01. Yeah, because we got it on one side, but we don't have it over here, right? Let's see. Let's do a show run that. Loop show run interface GI0 0. Yeah, because we removed it there and it still didn't work. So let's go ahead and remove it over here. Bloop. And then let's see, what is it? IP Ospf. We need to put MD5 keyword. See, I thought it was message digest key. How do you do it? Does anybody remember? P said IP Ospf authentication key safe. There is 0 authentication. TCP topic. Yeah, I did that, but that was. So we need to enable IP Ospf authentication message digest. So we need to do IP Ospf authentication like that. Let me see. Oh, message digest like that. Okay, that's how you do it. But then how do you put the keyword? How you put the key? Oh, that tears it down. And then we do it the same way with this keyword right here, right? This right here. That brings it up. So let me do the other side. So go to Hong Kong. Let's go to Hong Kong. I mean, not Hong Kong. We need to go to the other side right here. And then do the same thing, right? So IP, what is it? IP Ospf authentication message digest like that. So that enables it on that side, but no send key is available. So now we got to do, he said he got to receive key. Okay, so now we got to put in this part right here, right? Safe right here. And then safe right here, like that. That should bring it back up, I think. Y'all let me know. Key ID received on interface GI00. Does that bring it back up? Y'all let me know. Was that definitely tore down the relationship when we did that? Key 1, MD5, safe. And then the command you had. Yes, that's what I did. And I'm waiting. Maybe I got to clear IP Ospf process and do that. Let's see. Don't look like that's working. We did MD5 with this one. That tore it down. But this didn't bring it back up. I thought that would have brought it back up. It says no valid key there. No valid key there. Transit mode said, and then the command you had. Okay. Zaya said we need to enable. So I did just like what both of y'all said, but I don't see it coming back up. So this definitely tore down. That enabled message digest. But then how do you put the key? Was it this right here? Because that's what I did. And I put it on both interfaces. I'm pretty sure I did it on the correct interface. Hong Kong's 01, right? So Hong Kong's 01 interface. And then Barcelona's 00 interface. Barcelona's 00 interface, right? Let me make sure I'm in. Yeah, I'm in interface gig 00 right there. Should we clear the process and then try that again? Let's clear the IP OSPF process. Clear IP OSPF process. Yes. We'll do it on this side as well. Clear IP OSPF process. Yes. And then loading full. Show IP OSPF neighbor. He got 2 neighbors. So that looked like it may have worked. I needed to reset the process, I believe. Show IP OSPF process. OSPF neighbor. Barcelona has 2 neighbors. So I think that was it right there. I needed to clear the IP OSPF process because now Barcelona has 2 neighbors, right? Let's see, let me remove the key and see if that tears it down real quick. So I'm gonna go to Barcelona, tear down the take out the key. If that tears down the relationship, then we'll call it a night. So let's go to global config mode. We'll go to what? Barcelona's GI00 interface. So what I'm gonna do is go to this interface right here, take out the key, and that should take down this relationship. And if that's the case, then it worked, right? So we go to interface. What I said, GI00. Y'all know I got a memory of a goldfish, man. Interface GI00. We say no this right here. Bloop. And I think that did work. There's another way to verify the authentication though. Yes, there it is right there. It tore down the relationship. So now, there's no authentication key, but I think it still stays up though, right? Show IP OSPF process. OSPF neighbor. He still stays up as a neighbor though. He didn't tear it down. Maybe you got to wait 40 seconds and then he tears it down. Let's see. Let's see. There it is right there. Now it's down. So, yep, that's what it was. Appreciate it, Zaya, and shout out to Transit Mode for that one. Y'all definitely hooked it up. There. So, as a review for me, at least, when you want to enable MD5 authentication between OSPF neighbors, you got to do, what was it? This one right here. IP OSPF authentication message digest. And then you put in the message digest key 1 or key whatever number, which is 0 through 255. And then you put MD5 and then the keyword for it. That's how you do it. So there's 2 commands that you got to do to enable it. Now for clear text, you just do, for clear text, you got to do, what was it? We can go to the other side and do that. Let's see. Let's look at Hong Kong. And here was interface, the other interface right here. Show run interface interface GI00. This is how you do it for clear text. IP OSPF and then IP OSPF authentication key and then the keyword, right? So as opposed to this one right here, there it is right there. That's the 2 commands right there, or the 2 the differences right there. This is done in clear text authentication, and this is MD5 authentication, so it's encrypted, right? Y'all with me so far? Y'all hit me that like button. Make sure you subscribe to your boy. Show IP OSPF interface has the authentication bit at the end. Let me run that real quick for verification. Yes, that's a good. I like that. I like that. Pete and transit mode. Let's do that. Let's bring it back up real quick. And then let's bring it back up. So let's go to global config mode. Go to that interface, which was what, 00, and then put that key back in. Oops. Put that key back in. Where's he at? Control A. Put that key back in. And then we got to bounce that relationship, right? Show IP OSPF. There it is. It came back up, right? Show IP OSPF neighbor. Now he's back up. And you said show IP OSPF interface GI00 and then authentication. You said the authentication bit is at the end. Is that what that's what we talking about right there? Youngest key is 1. Yep. So this is the authentication information. Yep. Shout out to Transmil for that one. Diane said, do you still have to clear the OSPF process? It didn't look like I did. All I did was put the key right back in and it came up. And it came right the fuck up. right up. Sorry, man. Sorry for my cursing over here. But yeah, I think that's what he was saying. This lets us know the authentication is enabled there. So make sure you subscribe to your boy. We typically stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want a copy of this spreadsheet that we've been working with, I mean, I've been half working with, where is it? Right here, the Encore study plan. I know this is the pretty much like the kind of like the core exam for the CCNP certification, and then after that you got to take an elective exam. I took the route exam and a Swix exam before they changed up these exams and stuff like that, so I ain't got to take this exam. I'm just kind of like doing it kind of like for fun and to kind of like teach other people and stuff like that, share my knowledge, and plus it helps reinforces the knowledge for me. And they introduced a whole bunch of new topics in here too, so I'm kind of going over that as well. However, I do have to take an elective exam in order to obtain my CCNP. So that's why I'm kind of like going back over the topics and kind of reviewing all of this stuff right here. Today we did a lab from this right here, GNS3vault.com. I don't think I put it anywhere in here, but we are doing what? OSPF. So if you look at the spreadsheet right here, the OSPF section is located right over here, bloop, right there. And if we go over to GNS3vault.com, they've got various labs right there. So I can't color it green just yet because I'm going to do multiple labs from that website. Y'all know, like I said, I like that website, so that's why I kind of like shout it out, Renee Molnar. So I'm not going to do it in bright green like that, but we did a whole bunch of them. Well, we did one so far. That's why I put various there, because there's various labs. I'm not going to name all of them in here. Put them all in there in this box, and it's going to look funky like this, right? So anyways, there's links to YouTube videos on here. Where in the other books, like 101 Labs, CCNP, and then the Encore book, the lab manual, the NetSim, which is a copy, which is an application that's a network simulator I've been using on this channel as well. There's various OSPF labs. We did one yesterday from there. So if you want a copy of this, just make sure you join my Discord server. A link to it will be in the chat right there. And then you can get a copy of that spreadsheet as well. You can edit it however you want. You ain't got to follow this down to a T. Like, oh, for me to pass this exam, NetworkBruh said I got to watch these videos and do these labs. No, you ain't got to. You can do it however you want. This is just something I'm kind of following. I just kind of put together for everybody and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of like going over all of these stuff. So anyways, again, when I get to 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to be gifting away a copy of Network Simulator, Boson NetSim. The good folks at Boson gave me a copy to kind of demonstrate on my channel. And I'm also going to give away a copy so that way you guys can do it along with me and stuff like that. So anyway, for now, comment, like, subscribe to the Network